Welcome guys to the new video, and today we are going to be talking about just some stuff that I've been noticing throughout the vines, and that is legends. New legends being added. It won't be to 2K24, but it is worth noting for next year. I did go on ahead and notice, guys, that on the WWE Supercard app, Brian Pillman was added as a card, and usually the way it goes is they're added to Supercard and then they're added to the game. So right now we may be looking at a possible Brian Pillman addition for next year for DLC, and they always do it this way. It happened with the Dudley Boys, and now look at where the Dudley Boys are now as well. So I find it very interesting, and I think that it's worth talking about because, man, I think legends are something that, you know, they're cool for the game. They're important. Seeing more legends get added every year is cool too. I think we lose a lot of legends year in, year out. One year we have legends, then one year we don't. Then they bring them back 2-3 years later. I mean, the Dudleys are the perfect example for that. I know it's more about contracts and things like that, but like I said, it's worth noting. You look at the Dudley Boys, they were in 2K19, I believe, and now they made it back in this year, and I love to play as them. I'm not gonna lie, I love everything they did with them, but with the way 2K has been detailing these legends, I think Brian Pillman would be a good one. Hopefully we get the addition of Lexus King next year. There's a couple NXT guys and girls that I want to see in this game, and I'm really surprised still that we didn't get in this year's game, such as Obafemi, Lola Vice, Lash Legend. I mean, bro, I can go on and on about some of the most notable characters that are on TV every week that are not in this year's game. I mean, Lyra, that's a big one, who was NXT champion. She was added as DLC later on in the year, but like I said, it's always worth mentioning these things because, bro, you never know. I think that we got to keep an eye out on Supercard because it seems like everyone that goes to Supercard always comes out in the games throughout the year. Now, guys, I just wanted to talk as well about the possibility of MyFaction introducing this one day. I think it's possible. If they can get these superstars for Supercard, why not add them to MyFaction where they're just MyFaction exclusives? If you want to play with Brian Pillman, you have to go on ahead and pull that card. I think it's a real possibility because 2K seems to like money. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So if they were to bring legends and superstars that are not actively available during the game through exhibition, universe mode, whatever it is that you play in the game, but they used it as a MyFaction exclusive to give you an excuse to get on there and play with them, I can most definitely see that happening, man. I mean, I'm not trying to give them ideas or anything, but the way that it is going, I definitely could see that happening. And I do see, man, that MyFaction may have some more persona cards coming out and things like that, but man, I'm not gonna lie, they lost a little bit of hype for me simply because it just feels like just a different attire. I think just getting some more persona cards that you got their theme song and Titantron and all that, it would make a little bit more sense, but they're not giving us the persona cards that give you that. You know, we got the Roman, we got the Rock, and I just wish that, you know, we got a little bit more detail added, a little bit more stuff added with those persona cards, being that you had to spend so much money for them. But not to get off topic and just to get back into the legends, I think we got to keep an eye out on Supercard, guys. I think that we can see a couple new legends next year. As you guys know, the way they do it is they don't add those new legends as part of the base roster. They're going to probably do a DLC. Hopefully next year's DLC is a little bit better than this year's in terms of spacing. I feel like that Pat McAfee pack, and we've talked about it before, basically just a waste of time, waste of just money in my opinion, as I think that it doesn't do anything constructive for the game itself. There's a lot that they can do with all of this Supercard and MyFaction stuff. Personally, I would like to see a Supercard MyFaction kind of like mesh from the console to the mobile app, just something similar, something where I can see some of these superstars. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to see the point in MyFaction, see if it's worth playing if they were to add some of those legends that may not have some household names but would do good and have people, you know, playing, especially those old school guys that love playing wrestling games for playing with legends. I think MyFaction would be the perfect way to get them to play for that. But man, listen, they got to do a lot, and I definitely just wanted to go on ahead, mention and talk about, you know, the possibility of these legends and, you know, keeping an eye out for that super card stuff, because you never know who can be added, who can come next. And nah, man, I'm not sure what's next with some of these legends. Let me know down below, what legend would you like to see back in WWE 2K games? I mean, Ric Flair is a big one for me, who's probably going to be DLC when he makes it back into the game. His AEW contract is not yet over. At least I don't think so. Or maybe it is. Maybe he was just there for the Sting run. I haven't seen him since, truthfully so. So I don't know, man. Y'all gotta let me know down below, who would you like to see in the next games for Supercard, whatever it is. I think them being in Supercard is cool. I haven't played Supercard in like years, man, but I know some people who faithfully do. So I think it is a good thing when you see some of these legends added, because that just means that they're under contract. They're just there waiting to be added. And, you know, if 2K and if WWE has the IP to these superstars, it most definitely does not hurt to put them in WWE 2K games. And I don't know, man, do you guys see a future where they start to add some of these legends, MyFaction and everything like that, as a live service, just adding them throughout the year where you can go on ahead and get them? Personally, I think it would defeat a little bit of the DLC's purpose for the next year, unless they already have something pre-planned along with all of these legends. I could see something like that happening where, you know, they pre-plan things and they drop 4 or 5 legends throughout the year on MyFaction, where you got to pull them, you know, to play with them in whatever mode you want. MyFaction has a lot of potential when it comes to that, and I think it could be cool. When you talk about gambling and the odds and things like that, hell yeah, it scares me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this game could go a lot further. I just wanted to get on here, talk about the potential, talk about a possibility, which is pretty much 95% confirmed at this point. We probably will see Brian Pillman in the next WWE 2K game. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled on Supercard, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.